Good day, everyone. Today's drawing is going to be Android 17 from Dragon Ball. Now, I have stopped watching the series when I found out that GT is not canon or it was just considered a filler saga. And then, here comes the arc of the multiverses and Zeno, being the most powerful character, just blew me away. When I was watching the Tournament of Power, I can't help but feel excited of the fighting scenes, what's gonna happen next. I thought that I wanna draw these characters in action because I wanna feel in my drawing the intensity of the scenes. So first, pardon my voice. I have been planning to do voiceovers on my videos ever since I started making videos, but yep buddy, I'm no voice actor. Nah. But I promise to practice regulating my voice for good voiceovers. Okay, let's start with Android 17's info taken from Dragon Ball fandom. Android 17 was originally a human named Lapis and has a twin sister named Lazuri, aka Android 18. The twins were notorious delinquents who Dr. Gero would meet by chance while looking for fresh material for his experiments. Dr. Gero kidnapped them and restructured them into Android 17 and Android 18. He is Dr. Gero's 17th android creation, designed to serve Gero's vendetta against Goku. Both Android 17 and his sister are practically not androids or cyborgs. The twins have been modified on a cellular level to be superhuman. Android 17 is a fair-skinned young man with a similar appearance to his fraternal twin sister. He is average in height, though slightly taller than his sibling, with a slim frame and lean build. He has straight shoulder-length hair, black hair that parts above his forehead. He has thin eyebrows and narrow blue eyes. While reveling in his enhanced might, Android 17 hated his cybernetics that were forced on him, as Android 18 revealed when refusing the merger with Semi-Perfect Cell. This is likely because of the trauma he experienced being kidnapped by Dr. Gero. It may also be due to his love of nature, as he was no longer natural when Gero turned him into an android. The first time he died was when Cell self-destructs on King Kai's planet. At that time, Android 17 was trapped inside of Cell, when he was revived by Shenron because of a wish that restored both the lives of all of Cell's victims and all the damage caused during the Cell games. Android 17 goes on to live a life of peace in obscurity. At the end of Dragon Ball Z, Android 17 provided energy for Goku's Super Spirit Bomb to destroy Kid Buu. As noted by his sister, Android 17 is somewhat similar to Goku, showing a childlike attitude at times. He often tries to find the fun means to accomplish his goals, as he made this attempt to locate Goku without asking for directions in order to play the game. Similarly, he has a tendency to go off the road during their travel to Goku's house simply because he thought it was fun, much to 18's irritation. Android 17's rebellious personality has since been tempered by his occupation, as he channeled his somewhat anarchistic and childish tendencies into handling poachers and other persons of illegal intent within the Royal Nature Park. His hyperactive nature merely lacked a proper focus before, and when given an ongoing objective, it can be seen that 17 is extremely focused and dedicated to achieving his goals. 17, however, did not lose his sense of humor in his work, as when he stopped two hunters and tricked them into giving energy to Goku's spirit bomb needed to defeat Kid Buu. His slide into maturity is likely a contributing factor to his marriage. He also apparently has a soft spot for children. Despite being relatively indifferent to reuniting with his brother-in-law Krillin, he was very warm to meeting his niece Marin. In addition, he had a child with his wife and adopted two more. By the time of the universe survival saga, Android 17 has become much calmer than before and is a gentleman, suggesting that he is more mature than he had been in the past. Whereas before, he was random in his decisions, going purely on his emotional state, he now shows a more collected and pragmatic nature. He has also become very casual and humble, not showing much personal desire beyond providing for his family and protecting the wildlife. He also seemed to take his opponents more seriously, a complete departure from his previous superiority complex self and the murderously sadistic nature of his alternate timeline counterpart. 17 is shown to be very nonchalant and not swayed by any kind of news, even when learning of his potential death should Universe 7 lose in the Tournament of Power. In Dragon Ball Super, he spends the days protecting animals on the island while constantly fighting off poachers who want to capture the animals, especially a rare Minotaurus. Yes, the name was derived from Minotaur, and 17 believes it is the last of its kind. Goku, having finally met Android 17 as he is battling more poachers, greets him. Goku states that he knows that 17 is the one he was looking for because his eyes resemble those of his sister, and 17 replies that they are twins after all. 17 tells Goku that he is free to help him if he wants after an enormous group of poachers show up, but advises him not to kill any poacher. After chasing them off, Goku and 17 go explore a cave where the Minotaurus lives. The beast attacks them and 17 begs Goku not to fight back. They just flew and 17 describes the Minotaurus as an endangered species under the Red Data Book and mentions that this species used to be docile but evolved to become very hostile to humans because of their constant hunting. The horns of the Minotaurus are highly prized and valued. That is why Android 17 has to keep fighting off poachers. As the sun goes down, Goku and 17 discuss and reflect each other's past, and they mention how they never had a chance to fight because of Cell absorbing 17. A curious and excited Goku exclaims that he wants to try out Android 17's current strength, transforms into a Super Saiyan, and states that he wants strong friends to aid him in the Tournament of Power. Goku rushes at him without warning. After a few clashes and two heavy blows from 17, Goku is overwhelmed and states he is surprised by 17's new strength. 17 replies that he had not been sitting around by doing nothing. As the fight raged on, 17 shows some concerns about fighting near the forest when Goku nearly crashed into it after a swift kick by 17. Goku decided to take the fight to the skies to avoid hitting the forest again. Goku reveals that he never intended for things to go this far, but finally decides to transform into Super Saiyan Blue. Android 17 was initially annoyed that Goku was condescendingly holding back until Goku asked Android 17 if he was holding back as well, to which 17 replied that he was. Goku wants 17 to go all out as there's no forest to hold them back now. He then fires a Kamehameha at Android 17, who blocks it with his energy shield. 17 appeared to be struggling with Goku's blast, but after the blast explodes, obscuring him briefly, he suddenly appears and charges at Goku. Both fighters engage in an evenly but explosive fist-to-fist clash. After another explosion, they engage in another suspenseful fight until they end up splashing into the ocean. 17 stops the fight, seeing the dolphins breaching. Worried about their safety, 17 asks for a break. 17 comments that his old self would have surely been defeated by Goku if they had fought. But Goku is not quite sure. 17 tells Goku that he knows Goku is not serious yet. Goku admits it, but claims 17 is holding back as well. Both of them smile at each other, hinting that both assumptions are indeed correct. Goku is glad that 17 is a good guy now. While having coffee and a small talk, 17 tells Goku about his family and mentions that he met his wife during his days in his job. He had one child with her and adopted 2 more. Goku then brings up the golden question: will he fight in the Tournament of Power? 17 refuses because he is already receiving a lot of money from his job. Goku then tells 17 about being erased should Universe 7 lose, and 17 is not swayed by this news at all, stating that if everyone gets erased, then it cannot be helped, ultimately refusing Goku's offer and wishing him good luck in finding someone else. In the anime, as 17 is leaving, an alien force arrives above space and is hunting the endangered Minotaurus and begins to invade Earth to capture it and take its horns. After the Minotaurus is kidnapped, 17 and Goku are alerted. The pair infiltrate the ship and engage its forces to reclaim the rare animal. Goku secures the animals and crew, while 17 goes for the boss. 17 confronts the boss with Goku not too far behind them. The boss of the group attempts to bribe them, but 17 refuses and kicks him towards the ship window. The boss reveals that he has a bomb in his body and threatens to detonate it if they do not leave. 17, not having any more options, tells Goku to apologize to his wife and children for him. He entrusts the safety of the animals to Goku, tells him that he would have really loved to talk some more, and tackles the boss out the window into space, risking his own life. Goku, not wanting 17 to die like this, transforms into Super Saiyan Blue to survive the vacuum of space and uses instant transmission. They warp to King Kai's planet, where Goku introduces 17 to King Kai. Then they interrupts and tells everyone that there is no bomb in the boss and he is revealed to be bluffing. Outraged, 17 angrily tells him to poke the button, the boss claiming that he cannot. 17 angrily demands him to push it, and to everyone's surprise, it just makes confetti rain from his body and states that he had a birthday party to go to. After that, 17 tells Goku that he will join the team to repay Goku for saving the animals. He is now willing to entrust Trunks and Goten of its protection. 17 reflects on the irony that he is now on a team with the man he was programmed to kill. Goku tells him otherwise and mentions Chen Shinhan, Piccolo, and Vegeta at one point in time were enemies with Goku, and now they are all friends. 17 asks if Android 18 and his brother-in-law Krillin, the mini-monk as he calls him, also applied. Goku confirms this, along with Majin Buu, which shocked 17. After being reassured that Majin Buu is no longer evil, as he is the good half of the evil Pure Kid Buu, 17 is surprised, saying that the savior of the world is turning his old enemies into friends. Shockingly, Goku tells 17 that he has no desire to be a savior, and as a Saiyan, his only goal is to fight very strong people, but states that he cannot stand seeing innocent people or animals get hurt. Later on, 17 was visited by 18 and her family. They soon leave the island while Trunks, Goten, and Maran looks after the creatures.